Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today from Stay at Home Story Cup, number 2 for the year 2021. It's going to be Clem versus Rogue on 2,000 atmospheres. Top right, it is Clem. Bottom left, it is Rogue. Rogue is a world champion, maybe the best Zerg player of all time at StarCraft 2. But Clem is very, very capable of beating him. He is on a run in TVZ in the year 2021, that is for sure. All right, man, so Clem knows how to incorporate Widow Mines and Liberators and Marines and Marauders and Medevacs and Ghosts into a composition that is very hard for Zerg to deal with, especially those Widow Mines. I cast an epic game between Clem and Cyril a couple of days ago, and without spoiling anything, well, maybe spoiling something, one Widow Mine got 25 kills. 75 minerals, 25 gas is the cost of a Widow Mine. It got 25 kills. Super duper cost efficient. Incredibly cost efficient. Maybe the most cost efficient unit in the entire game. Anyway, hatch first tier from Rogue. Noctron to 12 pool the youngster. He is 19 years old. Thank you to whoever corrected me on my last cast. Clem is no longer 18. He is 19 now. All right, man. Get it right, Falcon. SCV moving out because, of course, we wanted the SCV to move out to see if we need to keep this Reaper at home or if we want to send it across the map and try to get some work done in the traditional Reaper dance of the people of Terran. If you want to leave me a Reaper name that I use as I'm naming these guys, go ahead and do so by leaving it in the comments. Just put Reaper name, colon, and then put what the Reaper name is. You can have a backstory, you can have no backstory, it doesn't matter. It's all good. So this Reaper is going to move out because the SCV saw the hatch first. Reaper's name is Linus, the biggest tech YouTuber in the world. Linus managed to get exclusive access to the NVIDIA RTX Super... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's an Oracle name. Sorry, this is age. Wait, a 10-year-old is playing the game? But the game came out in 2010, which means he's younger than the game itself. Oh no, I'm old. Yeah, that's actually a reference to a game that I cast. A couple games that I've cast in my Brave New World series from someone who's 10 years old and playing StarCraft 2. Their mom actually really likes the game, and now they have a 10-year-old who really loves it too. And they're learning and they're getting better, and I think it's something to do with Fox. I think the mom's account name is like Foxy something, and the kid uses it. But if you want to see a 10-year-old, playing... Hey, what's obs? Chatting here. Yeah, if you want to see a game featuring a 10-year-old playing StarCraft 2, let me know, and I'll put a link in the description for you or respond to your comment directly. I read every single comment that anybody ever makes on any of my videos. Longtime viewers will know that is true. Anywho, what are we looking at here? Starport coming in. Ka-chow. Working on a tech lab, got these Hellions. We can go for anywhere from like 2 Hellions all the way up to 8 to 10 to 12. Can turn that into a bit of a Hellbat transition. Can just be a couple Hellions and then moving into Marines and Medevacs and going for some kind of drop play. But that's a Marauder. That's a pretty early Marauder, actually. And a Viking first to deal with scouting overlords. Like that play for sure. Yeah, so we got our traditional 2 Hellions. You usually don't see Terrans not make these 2 Hellions first, just for the harassment potential, right? Just trying to keep the Zerg player, maybe slow down their macro a little bit, distract them. If their queen positioning isn't perfect, maybe sneak in here and get a couple drones. Much more effective against somebody at my level Diamond that is going to be here against a Rogue. But, ooh, Concussive Shell? Dude, we're Concussive Shell maraudering right now. This is something that I have definitely seen against Protoss. It's very good against Protoss. Marauder Hellbat opening. Okay, that's the play. That's why we're making the Viking first, to make sure Overlords don't see this. Dude, Marauder Hellbat is kind of insane. Because the Marauders crush roaches, and they're really good against Banelings, absorbing those hits. And then the Hellbats deal with Zerglings very well. Oh, I mean, this is why we're not seeing YOLO Hellions. YOLO Hellions moving in there and dying. That's not going to work for Clem's plan. He needs those to stay alive. He needs them to be Hellbats in a minute. So that is actually a good tell for the Zerg. If the Hellions aren't committing at all, then that usually means, okay, these want to be saved to be turned into Hellbats. That's usually what that means. Stim coming in a third base here too, and here we go. So Hellbat transformation, Marauders here. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Hellbat's fighting, Queen's fighting too. Hellbat's doing better than you might expect. Lings getting that full surround. Hellbat's eating up those Zerglings pretty effectively, but man, there's just too many Queens here. And that is rebuffed pretty fantastically. Just the Queen, man. Queen count. How many Queens do you have at 5.5 minutes? Do you have 9 as a Zerg player? You don't? Well, you're going to die to this kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, 9 at 5.5 minutes. That's just got to be non-stop Queen production as soon as that pool finishes on a hatch first play. Insane. Going to try to go for another attack into the main. The creep is here, though. The Lings are here, though, and that's just a pick up and a get out instantly for Clem. He doesn't like what he sees. Yeah, man. So I know Clem very... Oh, that medevac. I don't know if he can get out. I mean, maybe he can head north and escape that way. That's probably its best bet. Coming this direction is just a terrible idea with that Spore Caller sitting there. But yeah, Clem's very good against the European Zergs, right? Cyril and Raynor, he beats them fairly consistently. They beat him too. But, you know, it's a good back and forth play. But Rogue's a different beast. Rogue is a different style of Zerg. The Korean Zergs play Zerg very differently than the European ones do. I don't think we're going to see any lurkers out of Rogue here today, which is definitely something Raynor and Cyril are into. But we're still not at a point where we're committed to anything yet. That is Aspire. Now, Rogue really, really enjoys his Mutalisks. At a level that I think maybe not any other Zerg player at this level enjoys them. He's someone who will throw Mutalisks away and yet somehow win games anyway. He can lose 50, 60 mutas and win the match. Because his macro is so stupid good. Oh, Hellbat's forcing a cancel on this 4th. On the left side. Now maybe that's a 5th. This is the 4th here. Landing the Viking for additional DPS. Lings rolling in. They don't like what they're seeing with the Hellbats at all. If one of these Queens dies, it's going to be a problem. And I'm not sure that they are, though. The Lings are sacrificing themselves to help take down those Hellbats. Great stuff. Hellbats getting into the mineral line, though. Over here at the 3rd base, 6 drones go down. Everybody dies there, and Clem's 3rd base is humming. He's done some good damage here. He's really slowed down Rogue. He wanted to expand twice. He can only expand once, which, you know, a little bit greedy, maybe getting punished for it, but still. There's your Mutalisks. Do we have any Widow Mines yet? Are we working on Widow Mine production? No. Does he not know? He might not know. He hasn't scanned the Spire, and the Mutalisks haven't revealed themselves yet, so Clem does not know this is Mutalisks until right this gosh darn very second. Thankfully for him, he has a bunch of Marines. He's got 30 Marines, which is awesome. Why are we focused on that? On them rocks there. I don't know. Mutalisks trying to jump in and out here. Nice positioning. So the Lings can't get a surround, and like I said, there's enough Marines, these Mutas just can't really engage. You don't need Widow Mines at this stage of the game if you have enough Marines to shove away those Mutalisks. Marines themselves are pretty good and excellent Mutalisk killers if they're not careful about it. If they're picking around the edges, they can get a lot done, but in direct engagement, Mutas are going to die to this many Marines for sure. So this is where Clem says, you've invested a lot into these Mutalisks, actually. So that's a canceled command center. Yeah, there's cancel refund of the 300 minerals there. They can't get anything else done, though. And this is this is a big deal. If you force Mutalisks to defend, it's very hard for the Zerg player to do that. Mutas are not intended to defend. They're intended to be on offense. Oh, Baneling, gets a connection. Jumping on in here, though. The Mutalisks forced to engage. And are there enough to kill the tanks? There are. That's a big deal. And then the Mutalisks, that is, okay, Mutaling Bane getting some good work here. Reinforcements, let's get back on the creep, everybody. Maybe throw down a creep tumor here if we can. The Queen DPS is almost needed in the situation, but, dude, these medevacs cannot die. If these medevacs all die, Clem's in a huge trouble spot. Okay, he leaves one. Mutalisks jumping into the main base, trying to get too much or more damage done. Good targets to pick off the Mutalisks are definitely these reactors. They don't have a lot of HP and they slow down the production capabilities of the Terran immensely. Very good. Clem on the other side here, too. Almost catching another Mutalisk with his Marine group, chasing him with that stim up. Muta's flying back this way. No, be very careful. Oh, they want to tank, though. Look at that Changeling spotting it. Beautiful Changeling play. I'm not sure that... Oh, Clem did actually snipe that Changeling. Rogue's able to get his 5th base up along the left side now that he's put the pressure on Clem. And Clem's 4th base landing at the 12 o'clock here, too, on 2,000 atmospheres, making a Thor to deal with the Mutalisk. It's excellent play, excellent play. More Banelings getting produced here, 193 to 154. Rogue is in a fantastically strong position right here. Like, holy crap, it's a big position. Clem, he's very capable of winning this game, but he's behind. He's without a doubt behind. I mean, when your Mutas are fully engaged and just jumping on top of smaller groups of Marines like that, that's when you know you're in trouble. Man alive. Another base here from Rogue coming in at 10 minutes. He's got the 6th base, very nicely up and crushing it. Turrets in production. Drilling Claws coming in. Widowmine count is 0, but we're going to start producing them now. There you go. 3 Widowmines on the way immediately. And a Hive coming in here from Rogue 2. So, income check. It is favoring Rogue pretty immensely. Not surprised by that at all. He's at 91 workers. He's making 30 Banelings at a time. 30. Here they are. Ready for the sound? Ugh, just gives everyone shivers, right? Banelings are the bane of every race. They're good against Terran. They're not as good against Protoss, but still good. And they're amazing in early game versus Zerg. Every Zerg player has lost, 25 Lings to a Baneling, which actually puts Banelings on that cost-efficient ratio, doesn't it? If one Baneling can take down 30 Zerglings, I mean, their splash radius isn't that big, but 20 is pretty doable. Anywho's. Oh, pushing left side, Clem. Rogue is not in position to deal with this. Oh, he's got some Banelings, though. Some speed Banelings on creep, man. That is just... Every Marine has a nightmare, a recurring nightmare of them standing on creep with a Baneling rolling towards them. That is like the worst possible spot. Widowmine gets a big connection, but your backside is exposed. The full surround comes in. Is there enough anti-air to handle these Mutas? It does not seem to be, especially not without Medivacs. Widowmine's cleaned up, 193 to 153 supply, and it looks like Rogue is in full control here. It really does. I mean, the supply does not lie. That's a line I stole from Morty. I was watching some DreamHack Masters Winter the other day. Him and Zombie Grub were casting together, and he says, the supply does not lie, and I was like, that's a good line. Thanks, Morty, I'm stealing it. Ultralisk's coming out, kindness plating. Burrow here, too. I do kind of like Ultras in this position. Oh, once again, just winning another engagement here, forcing a complete flee. Complete capitulation here, but this attack on the left side, evacuation of drones. Rogue just wants to win this now, though. He's like, let me inside. I'll kill all your stuff, or maybe I'll just kill your 3rd base, and that'll be enough. I don't know. Yeah, he's actually got to bring everybody back home because losing the 3rd base is a bigger deal to him than Rogue losing his 5th base is. So reinforcements do show up. A right side naked expand from Clem seems to be in a bit of a troubled spot here, but it's staying alive. Income tab once again not lying about what we're seeing here today. More Ultralisk kindness plating into anabolic synthesis is the upgrade pattern for players who are trying to make Ultras. And that's a dead Thor. Yeah, Ling's the bane of Thors everywhere. Every Thor pilot has a dream of him being up in his Thor all big and strong and just, 15 tiny little Zerglings nibbling at the ankles of his war machine and causing it to die. That is what Thors have terrible dreams about. Scan. Interesting. Okay, so these... My gosh. Yeah, man, Rogue is just willing to engage in situations where I feel like most Zergs wouldn't, and he's getting some good value out of it here. He wants to kill this orbital, forcing a liftoff towards the missile turrets. His muta count is 13. He has lost 10 of them. But like I said, he's doing fine with it. Clem, however, macro god, already back up to 179 supply. He's fighting hard right now. He was down like 50 supply. Now he's only down 10. Which, again, if you can stay alive when you're down that much in supply, your opponent can only make 200 supply of stuff. So if they can't kill you, that's time you get to catch up. If you can do it. It's easier said than done here. Thor down. Banelings do not want to engage on the Thors, but on Marines, absolutely. Chasing off creep, not as scary. But they get Widow Mines, which is awesome. Fighting. Oh, this base. So many dead SCVs. Look, man, I'm going to tell you. You're going to look at this and say, Clem has lost too many SCVs. He's lost 24 here. That is not true. I've cast so many games where Terrans, Maru, Innovation, and Clem, and other great Terran players have lost huge numbers of SCVs and won the game anyway. So don't worry about it, man. Blarp. That base goes down, takes it out. Reinforcements getting murderized. Widowmine can't fire on these mutas. Rogue is... He's just in his own class when it comes to mutalisks. I feel weird saying I trust him with mutas because he will lose 50 mutalisks, but he wins with it. It's such a unique approach to this, where a lot of Zerg players will make 50 mutas, lose them all, and lose. Other Zerg players, you know, will take care of their mutas and win, but only Rogue doesn't take care of his mutas as well as you'd expect him to and win anyway. It's nuts. Huge attack, Baneling Ultra rolling in. Marauders against the Ultras, very, very good. Baneling's trying to help the Ultras out a little bit here, plus, gosh dang, more SCVs down, another dead base. And Clem just keeps bleeding here. This base is up from Clem at the 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock is a different thing altogether. And I mean, Rogue is just going for the kill. Rogue is just another guy. He's just another, man, he wants to win. He is not defending to win. He is not Serral styling to win this matchup today. He wants to win. I really do feel like this push at the front door with the Lings and the Banes was an attempt to win. What the heck is killing? Widowmine drop. Widowmine drop down here. Picks up 9 total kills. Pretty good stuff, man. And the mutas are like, what happened? Where's the medevac that dropped it? I don't even know. Ling Ultra. Widowmine friendly fire causes some problems for one of those Marauders there. The stutter step for Clem is impeccable, though. He's getting as much value out of these guys as he can. He can't stand and fight. He must get out of here, which is heavy on the micro for sure. Widowmines. I don't know, man. I think Clem's just getting chased into a corner right now, despite killing that bottom right-hand base. He's getting chased into this situation is such a terrible spot to be in. He might get supply... No, we can't get supply block, but GG! And Rogue is your winner. He was smelling blood for a while there. He won a couple of those early engagements and then just kept rolling with it and rolling with it and rolling with it. Man, absolutely fantastic display there. Okay, we need to turn down the environment settings here real quick. I know you guys hate it when I go into the settings, but man, 31,000 resources lost for Rogue, 29,000 for Clem, and this is the reason that Rogue won. Look at this income advantage. I have never seen Clem get bopped like this in the last few months. Wow. 17 drones down, 31 SCVs down, lost 1 orbital, maybe canceled another one. 100 Banelings lost, 8 Ultralisks lost, 14 Mutalisks lost, and 16 on the map. Maybe not enough Widow Mines? I don't know. He just rebuffed that Marauder Hellbat attack so very, very well. And he double expanded, got one taken down, but that just set him ahead. Whew, that was great. I mean, that was an absolutely fantastic display of what we're looking at here today from these two players. That was super incredible by Rogue. All right, man. So Clem has a long way to go against Rogue, I feel like, but I think he can do it. He's 19 years old. He's not 20 yet. Once you hit 20, you're old for an esports player. Maybe not, but that's how it feels like sometimes. Woof. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.